If you're anything like our client Glyphix, you're driving inquiries through your website, which may come in the case of a form submission, but also through phone call, maybe even a live chat. And if you're doing something intelligent with phone calls, you'll be feeding them in to something like GA4 and obviously syncing with Google Ads as well. But not all phone calls are equal. That could be a repeat customer calling up just to chase on an order they've already placed. It could be someone trying to sell you something. And that is where the lead acquisition report in GA4 comes into play. Here, it's possible to feed in how many new leads you're getting, qualified leads and converted leads. So you can actually see a lead funnel of how all the different channels are working. But it's not quite as straightforward as simply feeding in the phone calls. We use a tool called CallRail to feed in the phone calls, which is nice and straightforward. There's a plethora of call tracking tools that will do this out the box, but the converted qualified side of things, that's a little bit more complicated. And feeling caffeinated, I've had a look at CallRail's API documentation to see how we can make this happen. So what I've done to start with is look at how the phone calls are coming out of the CallRail API so we can see all the information's available. And basically what's happening is when someone goes in and tags a phone call in the dashboard in terms of whether it's an opportunity or a conversion and adds a value, I've just added this here, this dummy one at £101, that will then come through the API. Now what we can do is send that information to Google Analytics using the measurement protocol, but that needs another step in between, which is using Zapier here, which we've now got this all configured. And if you're interested in learning the exact steps I've done and all the breakdown, then please let us know. More than happy to do some further videos documenting all the different stages and so on. But once you've got this all configured, you can start playing about with sending the information like we're doing here, qualified lead. So this information in terms of a qualified lead when they tag it as an opportunity, or a converted lead when they tag it as a conversion, obviously, and they've sold to the customer, will now start feeding through into GA4 so they can have that lovely lead funnel visualization and data. And of course, we're not going to stop there. We're going to feed this information into Google Ads as well. So then what we can do is start optimizing the maximized conversion events where we're using automated bid strategies to focus on converted and qualified leads rather than just focusing on something like a phone call as itself. Because as I said, not all phone calls are created equal. Leading to a very fancy looking report like this. And obviously, this is what the name of the game is here, producing value.